name's Don Pendleton. I grew up in Ravenswood, West Virginia, which is right on the Ohio River, and population of like 2,500 at the time. The first skateboard I ever rode was a little plastic board. I would ride down the street on it and just got that first initial feeling of just rolling around, like floating. That was awesome to me. I started out in the backyard in this little piece of concrete that was just a little square path. I progressed to the driveway and then the street, and then eventually we found spots in town. You know, when I was a kid, I first started drawing, the first things I would draw was like the family dog. That's what was around us, you know, that it had life to it. Back in the early days, that was always there, and then as I got older, I just realized that when I would draw an animal, it didn't have to be a particular way. It could be anything, you know, and people could still identify it. Same progression as the skateboarding almost, where I got into it a little bit and experimented and played around with it, and then it became something I really loved. And that's, to me, what skateboarding was creativity, an extension of one thing to the next, and the art and the skateboarding and all that stuff tied together. That's what I wanted. It was the perfect fit, you know. It was skateboarding, which I loved, and art that I loved, and to be able to do them and make a living and to be able to travel with all that stuff was just amazing to me. When I approached these boards, I just wanted to do something that was more of a pattern than just an isolated character or whatever, so that's the way in my mind that I wanted these to fit together. So I started off sketching with the loose lines and just went in and kind of found identifiable parts where I'd put little creature faces and stuff. When I first saw Penny Boards, I was like, I remember how much fun I had on this thing and how that was like my gateway into like a whole career. But it's what I learned my balance on, where I got that feeling of just cruising down the road and like flying. That's the same no matter what your boards, you know, looks like.
Picking up the pieces.